Okay, so Leonardo da Vinci. We all know the name, right? But do we really get what made him a genius? It wasn't just about painting the Mona Lisa or sketching some cool flying machines. Nope. The real secret was something way deeper, the powerful, inseparable connection between his art and his science. Of course, you see the name, and you probably think of this, the Mona Lisa. It's arguably the most famous painting in the world, and for good reason. That enigmatic smile has had us hooked for centuries. But look closer at that breathtaking realism. That's not just a painter's touch. That's where the real story starts. Because get this, the same guy who painted with that incredible grace was also an anatomist. He spent countless hours dissecting bodies, both human and animal, to understand every single muscle, every bone. His drawings were so ridiculously detailed and accurate, they basically revealed the inner workings of the human machine like no one had ever seen before. And then there was the engineer in him. He was totally obsessed with the dream of flight. But he wasn't just daydreaming, you know? He was a scientist about it. He spent hours upon hours just watching birds, meticulously studying their wings, trying to reverse engineer the secrets of flight. He was also a military inventor, which is kind of wild to think about. His notebooks are just jam-packed with these incredible designs for war machines. And this is one of his most famous, an armored fighting vehicle. It was basically a 15th century tank, designed to be powered by guys inside, firing cannons in every direction. I mean, can you even imagine seeing a drawing of this back then? So what was he? An artist who liked science? A scientist who was good at drawing? The real answer, the key to his genius, is that he was all of them, at the same time. For Leonardo, there was just no boundary. Art was a way to understand science, and science was a way to create better art. They were just two different languages, trying to describe the same incredible universe. All right, so let's break that down. First up, let's explore the science he packed inside his art, and see how it completely revolutionized everything. Before Leonardo, a lot of art looked, well, like this. Kind of flat, right? Symbolic, but not very lifelike. He just shattered that tradition completely. By applying what he knew from science, about anatomy, about light, about perspective, he created this stunning sense of depth and life. He built a three-dimensional world on a two-dimensional canvas. And here's exactly how he pulled it off. His toolkit wasn't just brushes and paint. It was a scientist's mind. He used geometry to get that perfect perspective, making you feel like you could walk right into the painting. His anatomy studies meant he knew exactly what was going on under the skin. He was an absolute master of chiaroscuro, that play of light and shadow, which gave his paintings real weight and form. It all feels so real because, well, it was built on a foundation of scientific truth. Okay, so we've seen the science in his art. Now let's flip that coin. Let's look at the incredible art inside of science, by diving into the thousands of pages of notes he left behind. You know, Leonardo was obsessed with understanding the invisible forces that run our world. Take friction, for example. He was the very first person to really study it systematically, figuring out its fundamental laws more than 150 years before Newton's laws of motion were even a thing. And this is where his two worlds collided so perfectly. His scientific notes weren't just messy scribbles, they were legit works of art. This ability to draw with such precision was basically his superpower. It allowed him to visualize and explain these super complex mechanical ideas with a clarity that was just impossible for anyone else at the time. And his notebooks, which we call codices, they just show a mind that had zero limits. You'll be looking at a page and see sketches of water swirling, right next to a blueprint for a new machine, and then some notes on painting. He just jumped between mechanics, botany, astronomy, and anatomy, because to him, it was all connected. It was all part of the same giant, beautiful puzzle. And when you mix that kind of relentless scientific curiosity with an artist's eye for detail, what do you get? Well, you get blueprints for the future. Okay, this is where it gets absolutely mind-bending. Just look at how far ahead of the curve he was. He designs a working parachute 300 years before anyone actually uses one successfully. He sketches out this aerial screw. It's basically a helicopter, a whopping 450 years before the real thing takes off. He even designed a mechanical knight, which was pretty much one of history's first humanoid robots. This isn't just inventing, it's practically fortune-telling. And the list just keeps going. I mean, his notebooks are this treasure chest of ideas from the future. He's got designs for that armored tank, the robotic knight, a thing to concentrate solar power, a diving suit, a revolving bridge, and then there's the ball bearing. Seems simple, right? But it's absolutely essential to pretty much every moving machine we use today. So, what can a guy from the 15th century possibly teach us today? Well, as it turns out, pretty much everything. Because his genius wasn't some kind of magic, it was a mindset. So, you want to think a little more like Leonardo? It really boils down to three key things. 1. Stay relentlessly curious. Always be asking why. Don't just accept things as they are. 2. Practice what he called saper vedere, which just means knowing how to see. Don't just look at the world, really observe it. And 3, and this is the big one, connect the unconnected. Find the hidden patterns between totally different fields. That's where the real breakthroughs happen. In the end, Leonardo's whole life is this incredible reminder of what we're all capable of when we just refuse to be stuck in one box. He proved that the artist and the scientist aren't opposites. They're partners on the same amazing journey of discovery. So his work really shows that the biggest, most groundbreaking ideas happen when you fuse creativity with logic. It makes you wonder, right? What unexpected connections will you make today? Hey, if this explainer sparks some new ideas for you, show us some support with a like and definitely subscribe for more deep dives. Thanks so much for watching.